So yeah, this the GM view. You know what I mean? Like shit. Like I look at the NBA and I look at a lot of GMs and I just look and I say, what the fuck is they doing? You know what I mean? See, a lot of times they billionaires, they may have money, but they might not necessarily have experience on basketball or building the team. Uh, One of the best ways to build a team, I think the blueprint was set by the Miami Hurricanes. Now, if you look at the Miami Hurricanes story, they started recruiting people back in middle school. Yeah. Take a look at that documentary. I forgot it's the Miami Hurricanes documentary. I don't know if it's a 30 for 30 or not. But yeah, they started recruiting in middle school, like damn near Pee Wee League, 12 and up. They started recruiting from then. So they start seeing, what players was good, what players was playing together. So you gotta think about it. By the time these kids get about 18, 19, ready to go to college, they done been playing together since 12 years old. And like I said, the best team always win. So all that count, you feel me, when especially you getting deep in the playoffs and everything going off reaction and how comfortable you is with a player, what the player gonna do, and you playing off reactions. You want to play with somebody you've been playing with for a while. So that's how Miami Hurricanes was able to build a winning squad. Was they was able to start recruiting so young, 12, 14 and under. By the time they get 18, 19, they already established rapport. They got a relationship. 80, 90% of the Hurricanes, they know each other. They like family in there. And so, they playing their best football, and they was able to produce winning football for years. That's another thing though. So they was able to produce winning football for about, they had a good 10, 15 year run. Yeah, about a good 10, 15 year run. They was able to produce that. Yep. So NBA GMs, I advise y'all to take a look at that as the handbook, because it was a couple of ones that they should have pulled the trigger on. If you was a good GM and you seen it, you should have pulled the trigger on. Like in the early 2000s, I don't know if y'all remember, but the early 2000s, it was a game in which it was an all-star team, and they had Iverson and Stephon Marbury. Iverson was with the 76ers, I believe, and Marbury was with the Nets. And they was playing the West. And the West always beat their ass. But for some reason, in that game, the East won. Y'all paid close attention to that. They had everybody on there. They had the West had Garnett, Duncan. They had everybody on that team. The West was stacked. But Stephon Marbury and Iverson, especially when they got to late in that quarter, single-handedly beat the West All-Stars, right? So I'm saying to myself, if I'm a GM of New Jersey Nets, or if I was a GM of Philadelphia 76ers, I see this and I got to make a trade immediately. Whatever, we got to put the house on it. Shit, they just shut down the best coast. They shut down the whole coast. It was a whole all-star game, all with Stephon Marbury and Iverson at the end of them last 5 minutes. It wasn't nothing they could do with them. I don't care who they put on. They had Kobe and everybody. Go and look at that game. Now, they slipped on it because I think a year or two later they ended up giving Iverson away and he ended up going to New Jersey. But if I'm New Jersey, I make that push. I say, man, we got to get Iverson over here. You know what I'm saying, though? I talked to Marbury. I said, man, you got to talk to him, man. We got to get him over here. This championship basketball shit right here, man. I seen what y'all can do. Another one, I think that people slipped on was the Miami Bucks. These was the late '90s Miami Bucks. They had Glenn Robinson, Sam Cassell, Ray Allen. See, the only thing they was missing was a power forward. They ended up busting that team up way too soon. They ended up getting Michael Redd, which he was real good too though. But like all they had to do was get a power forward, a McDyess, Eldon Campbell, even would have been serviceable. Let me see. Just a couple of Rasheed Wallace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it could have been, especially with that core group, like, and I think they had Tim Thomas, I believe. Who else? They had a good little team, and all they was missing was a power forward, an inside presence that could, average about 10 to 12 rebounds and give them a legit 16 to 18 points. You know what I'm saying? A PJ Brown even could have did that for a Milwaukee at the time. Another one that I would say that the NBA really slipped on, the GMs really slipped on. Well, they didn't slip on, they actually cheated this one out, was Kobe Bryant and Chris Paul. Now, if you look at Kobe Bryant interviews, pay close attention. He said, when me and Chris Paul played together, we ain't never lost, right? So you think about that, though. They said when they played together, they ain't never lost. So, shit, it wouldn't have been that hard to put a team together around them, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? Hey, happy holidays to you. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot of times, I think that GMs, they get impatient, they pull the trigger too early or too late. But yeah, like I said, the Lakers, that was another one. The Lakers, all they had to do was just get a couple of pieces to put around Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant. Now you think about this. Now just think about this for a second. Blake Griffin, which I think he's a great player, but in no way, shape, or form is he Kobe Bryant. Chris Paul made Griffin an all-star. He 20 plus points, 8 to 10 plus rebounds a game playing alongside Chris Paul. What the fuck you think Kobe Bryant would have did with Chris Paul? Just because Chris Paul gonna put it right there, right side of the elbow, 8 to 10 feet all the time, pick and roll, stop it. You double team Kobe, I can make the shot. I can make the right pass. So yeah, they took about two or three championships away from the Lakers. I really do believe that. I really do believe that Chris Paul with Kobe Bryant would have been a dangerous pick and roll combination. And if they both could have stayed healthy, that would have been a good thing. Also, it was another one. I was saying, it was one that they did get right though. Rasheed Wallace to the Detroit Pistons. I was saying they should have made that trade a year earlier. I was saying, man, all they need is a down low presence. They got Rasheed Wallace, and now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals 2-3 years in a row. Right? So yeah, so some GMs do get it right. I think Joe Dumars, he one of the great ones. Popovich. Yeah. But see, the whole thing is, when you a GM, you gotta know what players like playing with each other. Who playing well together, who been playing with each other for a long time. Another one. The Wizards. The Wizards did good when they had Hughes and Gilbert Arenas. If people don't know, Hughes and Gilbert Arenas, they go all back to Golden State. So once again, all they had to do was say, "Hey man, you and Jason Richardson, y'all been playing together for a long time. You want to get Jason Richardson?" So the Wizards would acquire Jason Richardson, Troy Murphy, any of the guys he played with from Golden State. I guarantee you they would have been 100 times better. Even with him rehabbing, coming back off his injury, he'd have been 100 times better. He know who to play with. He knows. They just know a lot more intricate details about Gilbert than anybody else. So I think the Wizards probably cheated themselves out of. I think they could have got, if not one, they could have got close to one. They could have got Eastern Conference Finals about 2 or 3 years in a row if they would have built around Gilbert Arenas the right way, because he was 27 to 30 points a game easy. And once he started rehabilitating, I still think that they still should have kept building around him. I even think that what you call it, Orlando with Dwight Howard. Yeah. All he needed was, he just proved, if I have shooters around me and playmaking point guards that can, pretty much distribute and get me the ball, you know what I'm saying? No, I could do my job. And yeah, Orlando missed out on one too. But yeah, this channel is just, I put it up for the GMs so the GMs can look at, and specific teams can look at. Hopefully they can look at it and they can get a little more insight, and they can see, which players play good together, what lineups look good together, being patient. Because a lot of times, just being patient, if they stick with a team just one more year, they can have a huge turnaround. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. This is the GM View.